Hey Madhura, thank you so much for coming. It's
Thank you for
been
having
an
me.
absolute pleasure because the fact that I sent you a request and you straight away accepted, and I feel extremely honored. Well, I mean, so I just wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing this for me.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the thing is, I have cherished some of the most amazing memories we have had not so very long ago. It was just in February, just 2 months ago.
Mm.
Um, especially
Wow.
post concert,
Feels like
Badam
so
Pal,
long.
and all that.
Yeah.
As I shared you the pictures, those memories, I've put that up on the fridge, and I actually look at them every day while making my coffee, and it just brings a smile on my face. It's
Yeah.
amazing. I mean, I because the thing is, when I think about it, had it had been like let's say if the concert wasn't in Feb, if it
Hmm.
was delayed, it may not even would have happened, right? When you think about
Yeah.
it. So, yeah, it's been a great memory, and I think it was one of the best concerts. And you guys killed
Yeah.
it, your performance, no doubt about it.
It was a lot of fun.
So how is the lockdown treating you? I know life has changed for everyone, the whole world.
Yeah. So I was really interested in like getting done with my college, but
Yeah,
that's on hold right now because the exams have been indefinitely postponed.
yeah,
So I'm a little bummed about that. But lockdowns, so I really wanted this. I wanted like time to
mm,
myself, and I wanted a free time and like to be able to do whatever I wanted during the day with with not having like a talwar of college hanging on my head.
yeah, yeah,
So um, so yeah, so I've been cooking. So I'm staying with my brother.
yeah.
So both of us are like enjoying ourselves. We're cooking, we're watching movies, we're
Nice,
cleaning the house. I'm reading books, trying to work on music.
nice.
It's a fun time. It's a fun time for I think creative people and artsy people because this is the time you get all to yourself with no distractions. So yeah.
Yeah. So, what about your riyas and stuff? Are you more like a morning person? You do it in the morning and then be done with that, or?
Uh, so ever since I was like back when I was learning Hindustani at home in Delhi, so I was forced. I mean, I was also told that early morning riyaz is the best.
Mm,
So I was the bratty kid who didn't like doing riyaz, and I was like,
yeah,
"Nahi karna hai." But I started. So that habit is stuck. So early morning riyaz is the best, and
yeah,
then I obviously like that. That's when I do like riyaz, and then I do practice like other stuff, during
yeah,
the course of the day, like in the evening or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Awesome. Um, Look, one of the things I obviously wanted to ask you about was, or rather, I'll tell you a bit of a background. My grandmother used to be a very well-renowned Carnatic music teacher in Bangalore, and
Oh.
I have to regretfully say that I missed out on the opportunity of learning from
Mm.
her because it was too late. She was gone,
Mm.
and then I didn't end up doing it.
Yeah.
So I do know that you are into Carnatic music too, and you're also
Yeah.
doing. Is it still going on, the diploma in Carnatic, or it's all done?
I'm almost done, all done and
Yeah.
dusted. Just have to write my exams and then I'll be done.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What does it involve in that? Like, so
So,
just curious.
yeah, yeah. So it's a 4-year diploma course in
Yeah.
Chennai in Kalakshetra.
Wow. Oh, wow.
And so we have like, so you can, if you take like a vocal as your main,
Yeah.
so then you have like a compulsory allied subject, which is an instrument which you can choose between violin, mridangam, and veena.
Yeah.
And then you learn that, and then there's theory.
Yeah.
There's languages because a lot of our the Carnatic songs are in Tamil, Telugu, and Sanskrit.
Mm,
So we have all these three subjects covered over the course of 4 years
mm,
in the college, and there's theory, there's heritage. They take us to like all 4 years of our like field trips
mm.
involve like going to like the Kanchipuram temple and the Kapalishwara temple and
Oh, okay.
Maradeshwara temple. We study about all of these. We study about the architecture. We study about the history. We study about the Cholas and everything. because it's also like helpful for the dancers,
Mm.
for the sculptures and their dance and everything.
Wow.
So we do all of that, and yeah, this is what it entails. Like from I think morning 8:20 till 4 o'clock in the evening, we're doing all of this, and then we have like mentoring sessions.
Yeah.
Like artists from outside come for like
Yeah.
like a few months in the middle, and then they take extra classes.
Yeah.
So it's a fun time.
Okay.
It's good.
Well, actually, on that note, is it too early to request you to sing maybe a line or two, anything in Carnatic that you like? You can defer this.
Yeah, sure. I was practicing khamas yesterday, so. Broche vare varura ninu vina raghuvara nannu broche vare varura ninu vina raghuvara నీ చరణాంబుజమునునే విడజాల కరుణాల వాల బ్రోచేవా ఆరెవరురా.
Beautiful. Wow. Amazing. You won't believe it, Madhura. This is one of my favorite songs that my party used to sing.
Yeah.
My grandmother. And yeah, you just brought back memories, and I'm lost in nostalgia now. Beautiful, yeah. Amazing voice. I'm just blown away. No wonder Sir had a comment saying you're one of the most versatile singers he has found. So the thing is, I mean, I know we have a lot to talk about your experience and things like that, with especially with Sir. But I would like to hear more about, you were also in Berkeley, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you could share from there, like your memories, your experience? What is it like?
So the reason I applied for Berkeley summer program was because one of my friends, who was my classmate during Hindustani classes,
Yeah.
had said he'd gone. It really helped him. So my initial plan, like before I joined Kalakshetra,
Yeah.
was to maybe like apply to Berkeley or something. Like I didn't really think of it that seriously. But after I joined Kalakshetra, I heard more about it, and I was like, okay, like this is a fun place to be at.
Yeah.
So why I went in my third year of college was because I was planning on applying after my fourth year gets done to that college. So I wanted to just go and get the feel of the place and what the courses are and how it is, and frankly, it was amazing because there were so many people of all ages. Like in our summer program, in fact, there were people like a married couple who I think were in their 50s.
Wow.
From Switzerland who would come. And there were like people from all over the world, all age groups. I mean, starting from I think 15 or 16, because that's the starting limit.
Yeah.
But from there, and they were all like music lovers, and there was such a, also what was really like which I wanted to see was, because in India and like the peers I've been around, it's always like you either become a concert performer in Carnatic, or you become a music director, or you become a singer. Like, but there's a lot of other avenues within music which is there to explore, like there's production, there's songwriting, there's music business, there's a lot of things. So that's also which I wanted to like go and check it out and see how it is, because what other avenues in music are there to pursue. So it was a fun time. Like it wasn't like really hectic or something.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I learned a little bit of like a Western theory and stuff, and I want to take it up.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was great to meet so many like-minded people in one place.
Yeah. And how long was that for again?
Sorry?
How long was that for again?
It was for a month. It was a 5-week summer program.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Purely
and was it then you met Sir for the first time?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I can't wait.
His daughter was in one of my classes, Rahina.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So, and I didn't know that it was his daughter.
Right.
my only connection in my head was Chennai buddies.
Yeah.
Because she told me she was from Chennai, and I was like, "Oh, Chennai." So, so we met, and I think after like meeting her, 2 weeks later, I found out that she was his daughter or whatever, and I didn't expect to meet
Oh,
him.
wow. Yeah.
But one thing led to another, and I met him, and he's been really
Yeah.
kind, and he just it was, and I'm glad he remembered me after we came back from there. But
Wow.
yeah, so that
Was
was also
and
another reason why the trip is memorable.
amazing. And was it after that you got a call from a studio?
Mm, so after that, I had gone to the Hockey World Cup
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah.
as a chorus singer with Rahima, Amin,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
everyone. So that was also a lot of fun.
Mm.
I'd seen Sunita Gandhi perform live and stuff, and it
Wow.
was the crowd and everything. It was insane.
Yeah.
So, and I was really like happy to have been included in the chorus part.
Mm.
And yeah, so that was the first time I got a call to join
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Then I think I got a call to try out this song for Bigil.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After a while after that.
Right. What was it like when you went into the studio, especially for this song?
So they'd sent me like a rough version of the song or something. So I had to listen to it and get the feel and sing it there. So when I had gone, so I wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was recording in the studio, and frankly, when I heard the rough tune they sent me, I remember thinking that this itself sounds so good. How am I gonna contribute differently to this? Because this itself sounds so perfect.
Yeah.
But the end product was so completely different from what was started, and that also was like a journey in itself to see over the course of 1 or 2 months. I think I'm not sure how long I took to record that, but to see how it changed, to see how Sir worked on it, and the kind of changes which he made to get the song to where it is.
Yeah.
And I've said this before somewhere, I think, but the studio itself is such a inspiring space. Like you can go there, there's everybody working. Everyone's working on their stuff, and it's a really quiet place, and there's like music happening in like every corner. And and you just feel inspired when you're there. You're just like, someday this is something which I would want to emulate. Yeah.
Amazing. And how long did the recording go for?
I think a couple of hours, I think. 2 or 3 hours, I think.
Right.
But yeah, and I remember my mom and dad were not here, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were out of town at that time. They were living in Bangkok.
Yeah.
And that happened, and then the second call to like redo the song or whatever came after they had moved back. So they were there.
Yeah.
So there was a gap between that and like the first time recording and the second time. So and I remember them staying up at night because it usually happens that you're doing the evening late night, the recordings.
Yeah.
So they were waiting, and they were waiting for me to come home and tell them how it was and stuff. So it
Were
was
you used to singing at those times, especially because generally the singers have prime time, right? Like some of them like early mornings. My party, for example, is generally a morning singer. She dislikes having classes like late in the night and all that.
Yeah. So not exactly. I'm not like a particular time singer. It's more to do with where my head is at and if my voice is supporting me. So if my head is fine, I'm able to do it. So but I do so because of me being in college, I have like a sleep schedule. So like I wake up at 5:30 and then I sleep by 10:30 or whatever. So the first few days I remember I was like, I used to end up sleeping in the studio because there'd be like long gaps in the middle while they were, waiting for Sir's response or I'm just waiting for it to start because there are other recordings happening. So I just, find a couch and just sleep on.
Yeah.
So, that's a kind of a running joke there.
Yeah. Awesome. Look,
But
no
yeah,
prizes for guessing. I was just wondering, maybe two lines from that song, or is it too early to ask you?
no, that's I'll sing. உனக்காக வாழ நினைக்கிறேன் உசுரோட வாசம் பிடிக்கிறேன் புடவா மடிக்கையில் உனதான் மடிக்கிறேன் ஒரு 100 வருஷம் பேசி நினைச்சு தோழி தூங்கிடுவேன் உனக்காக 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 வாழ நினைக்கிறேன்.
Beautiful, amazing, amazing. I love it. No wonder. So, got to travel to Tokyo, right? Can you
Yes.
please tell us about that? I would love to hear. The thing is, I mean, what I'm curious to hear about is, were you
Yeah.
in the same flight as Sir? Yes, if you were in the same flight, were you next to him? What does he do in the flight when he's traveling long hours? And I'm just curious because these
Yeah.
things we don't know.
Yeah. So I was in the same flight as him when we were going to Bhubaneswar for the hockey.
Yeah.
And I think on my way back, I was in the same flight as him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he sleeps like all of us.
Yeah.
That's what I noticed. But yeah, he was sleeping. And so the trip to Tokyo was even like when I met him in US.
Yeah.
It was a different kind of experience because being in India, it's harder to, I think, to be outside freely. I think he was much more relaxed and relaxed with the people around him also. So it was a funner experience when you're with him in Tokyo or US or whatever. But Tokyo was again a big deal because I randomly got asked. They said if you have to come to Tokyo or whatever, and I was like yes. And it was a short. And what I was constantly told by, so it was me, Jonita and Sir, and Asad Khan on the sitar.
Yeah.
So it was 4 of us, the artists, and the orchestra and the rest of this thing was from Japan.
Wow.
So, and there were tech people, like a few technicians would come along with us.
Yeah.
So all of them had only like one thing to say to me, which was like, this is a much more like a chilled out experience of conducting a show than it is when you do like an ARR live show or the one which happened in Trichy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, cool, because we had time to the hotel also was right in the center of the city. Yeah. So we, all of us went out, we were walking around. We could walk from the venue to the hotel and then, it was a beautiful time, beautiful place. And all of us were like a relaxed state, it was fun.
Right.
So, and I met so many new people. I met a lot of people and it was too much fun.
Right. Wow.
So, and then in contrast, when I actually saw the Trichy, the way it was being conducted, I was like, oh, this is what you mean. Because they were so like swamped. There was mics, there was setting up, there was backgrounds, everything,
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow.
Yeah, indeed.
This is all that goes behind setting up one show. Yeah. So
I was myself amazed too, because as you know, I was very much in the backstage as well, and looking at you guys rehearsing and then the way they were organizing things. And it was pretty hectic schedule too for you guys, like rehearsals left, right, and center. And you just had to be ready at any point of time with holding your mics. Not easy. For me, it was easy. For me, I was like on the other side, just looking at you guys doing their thing. But it was like absolutely magical.
Yeah, so for me, when I was even during Bhubaneswar, the hockey show, I was in the chorus, right? So you don't really get to like see what like the entire logistics and stuff which is happening when you're like on the main stage. Then you see stuff happening. Yeah. So I used to just come with Rahima and all, sing, and then leave.
Yeah.
Chorus stuff. So I never really understood that. When I saw the Trichy one, I was like, whoa, like the difference between.
Yeah.
So yeah, even that felt good, being being a part of the chorus, singing along, and then even during the Trichy show, all of us were doing the chorus bits also. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I do remember a lot of stuff. And of course, you very well know Sasha, and then she's also coming for the podcast tomorrow. I
Yeah.
can't wait to hear from her, and she's absolutely hilarious, as you know.
Yes.
Yeah. And the thing is, I mean, I was just curious to know what's cooking? What are the new tracks that we can expect? Or is still a secret or something that you can tell us?
Uh, I don't know. Like there have been like not Sir,
Yeah. Yeah.
but like before
Mm.
when the song
Yeah.
came out and there
Yeah.
were like a couple of tracks that I recorded for like other people,
Yeah.
which I don't know when it's gonna come because of this Corona thing and all. But it's so
Are you excited about
sorry.
those? Are you excited about those tracks which you have done?
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to hear them and see how what the final product looks like.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm also like currently trying to figure out my life after
Yeah.
college Kalakshetra. So
Cool.
it's
Yeah.
a important time.
And when does it finish, your
For
college?
my college is technically over. I'm just
Yeah.
waiting for the corona to subside because now India lockdown is pretty strict. So you can't
Yeah.
even like go out of the house like only for like
Yeah.
groceries and stuff. So college is
Wow.
like out of question. So and plus the lockdown's been extended till 17th of May, I think.
Mm.
So there's still the college can be allowed to reopen or they figure out a way to make us write exams online.
Right.
I'll still be in that limbo state between like almost
Yeah.
being done because classes and all are done. I've given my practical exam.
Yeah.
I'm just writing
Yeah.
exams.
Right. Okay. Look, the thing is, one of the things that you would have seen, uh, what would have happened after Unakaga is the crazy fan following, and of course, I could see it in my own eyes in Trichy as well. How people were just thronging on you and Shrikant, and it was just so amazing to see. And then, of
Yeah.
course, you guys absolutely deserve all that fame, no doubt about it. How did it feel like for you when Unakaga went nuts and you stepped out of the house and a mob of people just jumped over you? How was it? You're like, oh my
So
God, this.
there wasn't really my personal life in that respect hasn't really changed in the sense that
Okay.
people don't really know who I am. They know
Yeah.
my song, they know my Instagram profile, but they don't know me. So so when the song first came out, I still remember. So it was obviously a really surreal experience because
Of
I
course.
was just like, wow,
Did you
you know.
actually know it was for Vijay's movie? You knew.
I yeah, towards the end, I think I knew it was a bigger like I
Yeah.
knew it was an Atlee sir's movie,
Right, right, right.
but I
Okay.
didn't know it was like Vijay sir in it.
Yeah.
But towards the end, I got to know that it was
Okay.
Vijay sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and a lot of people, like the few friends of mine who are from Chennai, who are told that I did a song for this. I don't know if it's gonna come out or something. But everybody was like, "Oh my God, Vijay!" Because Vijay sir also has like a massive fan
Of
following,
course.
right?
Of
So,
course.
and the fans are really loyal to the
Yes.
to him
Yeah.
and to the singers and to the movie and everyone. So when the song first came out, it was insane the amount of Instagram requests I had. Like they were flooding in. There were messages. There were message requests on Facebook. There were like suddenly my Twitter, which I had not. I just had a Twitter account for whatever reason in I think ninth grade, which I've never
Yeah.
used.
Yeah.
There were like follows on that, and like and everybody's trying to because it's the natural response to try to find out who this person is,
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
And I don't really have an online persona, so everybody was just scrambling around to find out who I am, and I was getting calls from the Behind Words and all these
Yeah. Of
places to
course.
like do
Yeah.
interviews. So frankly, I was for I think an entire evening. This happened like during it came out at 3 or 4 in the evening, I think.
Yes.
So from 3 till like I think the night, I was in this zone where I was like, what is happening? And then I had to speak to my college, take permission from them and be like, can I, interviews or whatever, is that
Yeah.
okay? And
Yeah.
then they said, yeah, go for it and stuff.
Yeah.
My principal was really supportive, my guru and my principal, they were like
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
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 So that happened, and on the day of audio launch
Mm-hmm.
was so till then I had only heard like people telling me that we're hearing the song, and my friends. I
Mm-hmm.
hadn't heard it on radio or outside or anywhere. So on the day of the audio launch, I was going to the venue, and I step out of I'm on the main road, and then I hear my song, and I'm just like, I'm not playing it. Where is it coming from? So on auto, I had it like on full blast, and it was going on the road, and I was just like, wow. So that was, my song, and
awesome.
I don't know, like I'm also like really blessed for the kind of response it got. Like a lot of people genuinely liked it, and
I loved it. It was amazing because it was like an instant poison for me when it came out, because you know how Sir's music, right? Generally, it's a slow poison or an instant killer, and then that's what happened. And with this song, I was blown away, especially your part, and both Srikanth and yourself both did an amazing job. But it was just magical, something that I hadn't heard before. And I think it's only Sir who can do this. And of course, with your talents and things like that, no doubt about it. But I felt absolutely blessed for the fact that you sang that song and you're going to be performing live right in front of my eyes in Trichy. And it was an amazing experience for me, especially I was like right next to the stage watching you both perform. It was just absolutely unreal. The thing is, I mean, look, there are a number of fans here in Australia who absolutely love you for what you have done, and they absolutely love your voice. And then they have very kindly sent through a few questions, and and they requested me to ask you this, right?
That's really sweet.
So the thing is, there are two questions from Australian fans and one from someone in India. So the first one is actually not really a question, but it's basically something he wanted me to pass it on to you. And I'll have to read it out for you. He says, you are the future Nightingale. This is Vin from Singapore. And he says, I absolutely adore her for her voice and her talent, and she is going to be the future Nightingale. So that's from me. And this is Sunil from Sydney. He says, Madhura, you have Carnatic influence in your singing. And will this have to be a boon or a bane to sing Western for someone like yourself?
So I would imagine for a like for a person who's been doing Carnatic for like since their childhood and not really exposed to Western, it might be hard. But because I grew up in like Gurgaon and Delhi, and I was around a lot of Western music. My brother, he was a lot of English songs and stuff. So I used to always I used to be part of my school band and practice. So I always tried to imbibe that kind of texture and technique to do it. So, but I think initially I used to get a lot of these things from people that there's a little Indianness to your Western singing, which I think I've overcome over a period of time. So it's for me currently it's not that tough to sing a Western song or something. It's fun. I like doing that.
Awesome, great. And this is a question from a guy called Karthik, and this is about Unakaga song. He says, how difficult or easy was this song, especially the high and low pitches? And he says there are so many nuances to this arrangement. It's not a typical melody song. So what do you think? I think it's a great question.
Yeah. So I actually didn't think of it like that. So when I went to sing it also, I remember taking 11 takes. I remember them telling me 11 takes for the first line.
Okay.
To get it right, because the setting,
You're
being used to. No, I did actually take 11 takes, and it was still not perfect. It took me a long time to get the hang of the song, and I've never really had to emote through my how they say ki feel ke saath gao types. It was a new experience, new place, and having to develop those skills. So it took me a while to get the feel correctly.
How do you get into that zone though? Like, how did you end up actually getting that feel? Just curious.
So the lyricist was there, and it was he kept explaining the song, and
okay.
And also I think the music helps.
Yeah.
So once you understand the lyrics and the meaning, when you hear the music and you hear the kind of, the vibe that it's going for, it automatically generates those feelings inside of you, which you just have to, like harness and, be able to put into work. But so I think majority of the credit is obviously to Sir, for having created such a melody, for having created such a tune. So I think the hardest part for me was to get the feel right first, and then the pronunciations. The song wasn't so hard, like scale wise and stuff, the nuances, because we did like a lot of variations and this thing. So like after doing it so many times and after hearing it so many times, it kind of like settled in my brain, So it was there. I just had to do it properly. But I do get that it's a little higher, like on the higher end of the spectrum, like the pitch is a little high. But I didn't really find that to be as difficult. My main tackle was the lyrics and
probably clearly means that you're extremely talented, and that wasn't.
No, it was the correct direction of the song, and Sir,
let's say if I was going to be put on the spot and then Sir says you sing this, it would take me at least a few years, leave alone the number of takes. So that's I'm just saying, I can't imagine, because this is a real complex song when I actually think about it. So it's amazing though. I am really very, very proud of you. I mean, it's such a great song.
Frankly, sorry to cut you.
No.
But when you said when Sir puts you on the spot and you take time, so Sir actually does that. He's just like, so sing from here, or try this or something. And I actually, so I'm a perfectionist somewhere. So if I do reciprocate, or if I do reproduce something from what he's saying, it has to be perfect or I don't want to do it. And he's just like, sing, like he'll want me to like, and I get really tensed. So I completely get that it's only normal that everybody, and especially in front of him, I think it's even harder. You want to be on your best, so it is a little daunting.
No, because
I still
no,
like I still am scared of the thing, being put on the spot and be like, say, I'm not really.
As an example, right? I was in Trichy, as you know, and then I was in the backstage looking at you guys rehearsing and all. Obviously, I saw how you rehearsed and until you got it right and things like that. Absolutely right. I vouch for what you're saying in terms of being a perfectionist. Yes, totally true. And also, here's another thing. Scared/respect for Sir. I had an opportunity to talk to Sir for like almost 15 minutes in the backstage, and he came down to actually talk to me. And then for the first minute and a half, nothing uttered from my mouth. I'm trying to say something, but I myself couldn't hear it. And he's like looking at me, smiling. And then leave alone, if he had to put me on the spot to sing, that'll take a few years. Anyway, so, but yeah.
He's adorable that way, though. He's really, he's really sweet too. Yeah, he's a sweet person.
Yeah, indeed.
To have.
Indeed. And the thing is, I mean, what's your playlist like? We guys, for me, it's predominantly Sir's music, and hence why I'm probably the craziest guy or one of the craziest guys. And so, what's your playlist like on a daily basis? What's your go-to song?
So incidentally, before I met Sir and everything, A.R. Rahman's music. So like my brother and I would discuss, from my childhood, like when we listen to Dil Se, we listen to Chaiya Chaiya and all these songs, and we talk about, like why he must have done this, how he must have done that, and just analyzing the greatness behind it. And he's like, I'm sure for everyone, like almost all artists, like he's up there in and so my playlist then and now has predominantly Rahman Sir's music, but it's also, so I'm more of a melodious, like I like listening to like songs with heavier melody and stuff. So I listen to, at the top of my head now, currently I'm thinking of Van. That's my favorite song.
I'm going to get
Sasha's.
Sasha to sing that tomorrow.
It is so beautiful. She has done such an amazing job. It and then also the picturization of the video and stuff. So yeah, okay, I'm getting derailed. But one, there's I don't know, I listen to a lot actually, but like I listen to melodious English or Telugu or Hindi or Tamil music, but not the kind of not like rock kind of a fan. But
same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Just out of curiosity, right? The thing is, as part of this podcast series, I also got some super crazy A.R. Rahman fans from Australia to join the podcast, and so it was absolutely interesting. And then it also blew me away to the fact that there are two types of craziness that I saw in those guys who came into the podcast. One is they're hardcore. They listen to any sound that comes out of his studio. Yes, that's one category. Any song, they absolutely are spot on. They know which song, which movie, at which point it played, things like that. The other crazy bunch that I saw was these guys are absolute background score crazy guys. They even remember in which shot, which angle, what music was played in the background. These guys remember to that level. And the reason why I said that is because I asked those guys if there was one album or one song that stands out for you. If I had to ask you this question, for them, I think a couple of guys said Pudu Vellai Mari in Roja. That's and that one. And then other two guys, I think they said Trida Trida album, the whole album, it still rocks. And the thing is, for me personally, all those songs rock, those albums rock, no doubt about it. What I'm amazed about is the fact that Trida Trida, for example, it's still fresh. It's so relevant even at this point of time. This is a question that I asked to Rayana ma'am as well yesterday. And then I asked her that how does Sir know that something that was composed and released like 25 years ago, and now we listen to it and still feel it's so relevant. It's just amazing. And yeah, I mean, that's probably the reason why he is where he is, right?
And I think that's what I think where it comes from is, in my opinion, is that you feel the music, like the music has to come from within you, and and you understand, and and there's that sense of understanding of what the song needs or what the scene needs. And I think, and when you're like genuinely, when it's like genuine from your heart, I think that works. It's when you're not trying to cater to the masses, when you're not trying to like.
Correct.
So I think that's the secret, I suppose.
Yeah, indeed.
Frankly,
and have you
someone to ask me if what my favorite album would be is sure, there's Rosa, there's all of these amazing albums, but Jaane Tu Ya Jaane Na.
Me too. It's
because I would not have. So the other day, when I heard the album first, I didn't think that, I forgot that it was A.R. Rahman. Like when I first saw the movie, when I was listening to the songs and stuff. So the other day when I was listening to the songs again, there was Pappu Khan Dansala which played. And it said A.R. Rahman, and I was like, this is such a like a different spectrum of music. Like I would never expect Pappu Khan Dansala to be like an A.R. Rahman song. And that album also is so like different. There's Kahin Do, there's Nazre Milana, and there's Jaane Tu Mera Kya, and it's such a different like so varied from starting from Pappu to like Kahin Do is.
I agree.
And I was just like, this is such a new album, and everybody loved it.
Yeah, I agree.
So that has to be one of my favorite because it's so hatke.
Yes.
Album.
Hatke, I like this. The thing is, I mean, look, as much as I would love to keep on having these conversations and keep you in this podcast, I can't. Unfortunately, we will have to come to an end. But the thing is, before we close it off, I was just going to ask you. This is a question that I ask any guest who comes in, and I was going to ask: is there a message for Sir? I'm sure he's going to be watching this when it comes out. and it could be a message or it could be a song dedicated to him. Absolutely anything that comes to your mind to him. If you had to dedicate.
Um, I don't know. I would just like to be thankful and um, thankful for having thought of me and for having included me and for having given me such amazing experiences starting from US to Bhubaneswar to Tokyo to Trichy, all of this in such a short span of time.
And lot more to
So
come.
hopefully, fingers crossed. But and just the chance of just thankful for him. I mean, that's all I can say. Just watching him work, just being around him, it's so inspiring. And so yeah, so that's all I want to say. Thank you for being the person you are, and thank you for having
Awesome.
given me an opportunity.
Yeah, thank you so much. Look,
Thank you.
we have come to an end of this podcast, and then I was
Yeah.
just going to ask you, uh, as a closing off thing, is there a small Hindustani bit that you could do? If
Yeah. कान्हा रे नंद नंदन कान्हा रे नंद नंदन परम निरंजन हे दुख भंजन कान्हा रे नंद नंदन.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. It's amazing. Awesome. I totally love it. Look, Madhura, I really have to thank you from the bottom of my heart for making this happen and being supportive of this podcast. And because I'm obviously doing it out of pure love and respect for Sir. And I'm trying to cover as many people as I can as part of this podcast series. And of course, I will be editing this part that I'm talking to you because I can't
Right,
read
right.
it out. Sir is coming in 2 weeks
Oh,
on this.
nice.
And so, yeah, this is not going to be in the recording for sure.
Right, right, right.
So this is between us, and hence why I sent him a request. I said, "Sir, I actually started this podcast with his permission." And then
Huh.
he was, "Yeah, please, yeah, go for it. Sorry."
Uh-huh,
Um,
no, no, tell me, tell me.
and then he was fine with that. And then as soon as I started, Shrikant was the first one, and then Bamba came, Alphonse came like twice, Bamba
Hmm.
came 3 times. I had some group jams and things like that.
Right.
And then Gulraj, Ranjit Barot, Suresh Peters has agreed now. I don't know if you remember Suresh Peters,
Yes,
Chiku
yes.
Pupurele. I spoke to him early this morning, just maybe an hour before I messaged you, and he was like, "Man, I'm coming. It's for AR. I'm coming."
Yes.
And then Shashwat Singh from 99
Huh.
Songs. He's done like so many
Yeah.
songs in it, and he just messaged me, "When are we doing this, bro?" So
Nice.
I am trying to cover as many people as I can before Sir comes, and
Yeah.
then after Sir comes, I can happily die. That's it. So
Right.
I mean, it was just amazing when Sir straight away accepted. I sent him an email saying, "Sir, this is I'm not a professional guy. I'm just doing this. I just out of pure love, and this is no intent. I'm not monetizing this. It's just purely out of the love and respect I've got." And then he said, "Let's do this." So
Yes.
yeah, I mean,
Yes.
it's going to go crazy when he comes on board, and you know what
Yeah.
it is like. But
Yeah.
before he comes, I wanted to cover all you guys for
Yeah.
sure. And then also, what I'm trying to do is trying to compile, especially the last question that I asked, the message to Sir,
Right.
what you said, what Shrikant said, what everyone said, compile the whole thing together and play it for him while he's here. So
Oh.
yeah, and of course he's actually been getting the links to the recordings with almost every session that I've done. So he's actually been watching it, and I
That's nice.
remember Bamba telling me that someone from his office told him that Sir actually liked the Bamba one, and he told Bamba.
Oh.
I mean, it's been an amazing experience, Madhura. Thank you heaps, and I'm
Thank you.
sure
Thank you so much
you will
for
be on
having me.
board for the US concert, which is happening next year. I can guarantee you that you will be. And